We are witnessing a rapid advancement of science and technology, and this advancement is occurring at ever-accelerating pace. But let us ask ourselves, what is happening to man himself? Is he evolving? And if yes, then in which respect? What should generally man's growth, his progress, his evolution be attributed to? In actuality, the development of man, his improvement, involves the evolution of his consciousness. As specific technologies of consciousness, there are technologies of Grigori Grabovoi that are based on concentration. For this purpose, different concentrations should be applied. The aim of the concentration might be realization of a desirable event, for example, recovery of the organism, development of a mechanism of knowledge of the world, and so on. Consciousness controls reality the same way as reality controls an adjacent element of reality. A tree controls its leaf by the same laws as your consciousness controls the same tree or any other element of reality. For the development of consciousness, Grigori Grabovoi created the device of development of concentrations PRK1U. With the help of the device of development of concentrations, it is possible to develop concentrations of eternal life for the controlling clairvoyance, controlling forecasting, for rejuvenation and any event. Grigori Grabovoi graduated from the Faculty of Applied Mathematics and Mechanics of Tashkent State University in 1986. In Moscow he received his medical degree in general medicine. Grigori Grabovoi is an academician of International Academy of Information Science, that is, an associate member of the United Nations, academician of New York Academy of Sciences, Italian Academy of Sciences, Academy of Medical and Technical Sciences of Russia, honorary academician of the Russian Academy of Astronautics, academician of the Russian Academy of Natural Sciences, Doctor of Technical Sciences, Doctor of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, Professor, PhD, member of Professional Psychotherapeutic League, a specialist of energy informatics. The device was created by Grigori Grabovoi on the basis of two currently effective patented inventions of Grigori Grabovoi: method for prevention of catastrophes and device for its realization, and the information carrying system. Patents, method for prevention of catastrophes and device for its realization, and information carrying system can be used for normalization of state, for revitalizing each shattered human cell and consequently the whole person with normal health. According to the description of the patent, method for prevention of catastrophes and device for its realization, the destroyed or damaged human cells status refers to the catastrophic state of matter of natural but not man-made nature. The text of the patent reads: for the natural disasters, the area of the catastrophe origin has characteristics with radiation higher than of other parts of the element by 20-28%. Therefore, the task of the specialist who uses the technologies of the patent is to place the destroyed or damaged cell near the picture of the healthy human tissue cell and reduce by 20-28% the characteristics of radiation emanating from the destroyed or damaged human cells, which indicate non-functionality of the cell. According to the description of the patent, it is required in the device to activate the system of signal registration and the emitter, which generates signals that contribute to normalization in this zone. The emitter that generates the signals, as described in the patent, forms ensembled based on the light radiation wave nanosystems that collect atoms and molecules in the state in which they are in a cell of a living person. With a small volume of the device, crystals constructed based on the patent and single action of nanosecond pulses of the laser radiation and short time work of human operator, who generates biosignals, restoration of life of a single cell is implemented. increase in the volume of the device crystals of the use of microprocessor system, plurality of nanosecond pulses of laser radiation, and increase of the duration or strength of work of the human operator who generates biosignals, a continuous recovery of the area of many cells takes place. With the increase of the power of work of the recovery system, which acts in accordance with the patent, restoration of all human cells takes place, that is, the person is returned to life. The devices that are based on the patents of Grigori Grabovoi intensified the effect of human consciousness and are a kind of training, which trains consciousness to the level when it alone, without the devices, will be able to evoke spiritual processes that restore cells and the whole human body. Information carrying system has the following information. It is known in the theory of wave synthesis that a thought generated into radiation may be simultaneously of two quantum states. One of these states is located on the sensor element of the transmitter of the signals, and another is at the receiver of the signals. This makes it possible to create devices for ensuring eternal life which interact with thinking. The patents for the inventions of Grigori Grabovoi say that a human operator generates information in the form of radiation of thought. For work of device PRK1U, a person concentrates radiation produced by the thought on the lenses located on the upper surface of the device. The thought includes the goal of concentration. The action of concentration for the current and future time is made on the sensor element of the transmitter of signals consisting of lenses. Circular movements of concentrations from the smaller diameter of the lenses are carried out counterclockwise through the lenses of the greater diameter. At concentrations related to the events of the past, the circular motion of the thought of concentration was performed clockwise from the smaller lens to the larger lens. And the ray of concentration in this case was not on the top, as in the case of concentrations for the current and future time, but from the inner optical assembly of the device. In accordance with the system of transmission of information described in the patent, another quantum state of thought is projected onto the receiver of signals arranged in the form of optical device inside the device. Realization of the method of normalization during the concentration described in the patent method of prevention of catastrophes and device for its realization is carried out through superposition of the field from generation of the biosignal and electromagnetic fields. In addition to the factor of psychology, according to the law of action of universal connections, a control of the goal of concentration is added. The device universally works for the development of the following concentrations to ensure eternal life. First concentration, development of concentrations of eternal life for any event. Second, development of concentrations of eternal life for control and clairvoyance. Third, development of concentrations of eternal life for control and forecasting. While for control and forecasting, a goal should be set to develop, with the help of the device, consciousness and spirit, so that in the long term you will be able to use only the developed spirit and consciousness without the device. 4. Development of concentrations of eternal life for rejuvenation. The efficiency of the device for development of concentrations of eternal life PRK1U has been objectively established and is confirmed by the following. By the publication in the scientific magazine Electronic Engineering that contains the physical and mathematical theory justifying the principles and theoretical operation of PRK1U. This physical and mathematical theory is confirmed by mathematical calculations and test results. The article reads: a physical mathematical theory and a device which make it possible to determine the component of information related to the future events have been created. The work implements the principles of theoretical and instrumental technologies based on the postulate of common interrelationship of all elements of reality. The work describes the method of receiving a substance. The method is based on the isolation of the matter of application of the mechanism of control of the area of the future events. According to the law of common connections between all phenomena of reality, the results received for the optical systems can be transferred into any media which have similar functions. The potential eternity of man, in this case, really reproduces the service life of the device. The eternal gives birth to eternal. In the generalized sense, all reproduced by man, devices and mechanisms have to comply with the described conditions. Hence, according to the principle of reverse connections, these devices and mechanisms will be always created for man, and under no conditions they will destroy man or environment. For man, the theory of wave synthesis proves immortality. For realization of eternity and immortality, it is necessary, in accordance with the theory of wave synthesis, to transfer the area of reproduction of the steady phase of reality S into the wave of the dynamic phase of reality Y. In order to ensure eternal life, the transfer of the area of reproduction of the stationary phase of reality into the wave of a dynamic reality is implemented when PRK1U is applied by the development of the following concentrations, which create the dynamic phase of reality for rejuvenation, any event, controlling clairvoyance, and forecasting. Device PRK1U created by Grigori Grabovoi in accordance with the principles and technologies described in his publication always works creatively and can be used any number of times. All the materials of this publication were checked and confirmed by numerous staff of doctors of physics and mathematics and engineering sciences who were the members of the editorial board of the magazine Electronic Engineering. This publication is available at the website licensed WordPress.com in the part Science. Patents for inventions of Grigori Grabovoi, on the basis of which the devices were created. The video testimonials of testing of the device with simultaneously good results achieved without exception and recorded in the testimonials of 128 participants of testing. Signed protocols of successful testing of the device. For the manufacture of device PRK1U based on individual data and the use of the device according to the sublicense agreement, it is necessary first of all to send to email Grigori Grabovoi PR@gmail.com an application for the device testing for the applicant or a group of applicants. The application form and all documents for the test are available at the site Grigori Grabovoi World. The device is made for a single applicant or a group of applicants of 8 persons. The price of the device is 9,700 euros, including VAT and materials of education program on the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi in electronic form on a USB flash card. After application has been received, the test of the device for the applicant will be carried out. The term of manufacturing of the device is determined after the test. The payment can be done in the form of 100% prepayment or in equal installments on a monthly basis during the period of manufacture of the device. Upon the completion of the test, a sub-license agreement for the use of the training program with PRK1U is to be concluded. Test of the device. The testing of the device is done by the applicants remotely via Skype in accordance with the patent, the information carrying system. During the test, the applicants make sure that the device develops concentrations. The test of the device among the group of applicants has shown that anyone who has tested it has a very good results using the device from the first time. That is, an important characteristic of the device, such as systemic approach in the work of the device, is functioning. This characteristic was laid by Grigori Grabovoi in the concentration of the device, in the construction of the device, since all should be able to live eternally. During the test, the applicants make sure that the device develops concentrations. Upon the receipt of the test results sufficient for the acquisition of the device, the applicants sign the protocol of testing of PRK1U. Then a sub-licensing agreement for the use of the training program with PRK1U is concluded. Based on the agreement, the development according to the individual data of the applicant and manufacturing and delivery to the applicant if the device is bought by one person or a legal entity or an organization, is carried out. If the application comes from a group of applicants, the sub-license agreement is concluded with the representative of the group of the applicants or director of the organization.